Emergency preparedness relates to every person who works at Adventist HealthCare. Healthcare facilities must be prepared to continue to operate and provide immediate care during various types of disasters, naturally occurring or human-made. Instead of covering specific procedures, which vary from entity to entity, we'll provide you with guidelines that will help you describe the core principles of responding to an emergency, determine the role of the incident command structure, and identify internal and external examples of types of emergencies. In all emergencies, communication is vital. You are responsible for maintaining situational awareness, being on the lookout for potential hazards. If you identify an emergency, notify your supervisor and security team, then follow communication protocols specific to your entity. The Incident Command System coordinates a hospital's response to an emergency with the community's response. It directs all activities to ensure care for current patients and regulates resources to treat new patients who may have been affected by the emergency. It also enhances communications with the community and regional partners and assigns team member roles and responsibilities. In an emergency, your appointed position may be different than your routine work assignment. Most of the emergencies are coded by color. Code Gold is for a bomb threat. Let's say you find a suspicious package in the hallway. Do not touch or move a suspected bomb device. Instead, you should calmly but quickly evacuate the area and notify security immediately. Code Orange is for hazmat spills. A hazardous material is a substance capable of posing an unreasonable risk to health, safety, or property. Safety data sheets identify specifically what to do and the potential health risk for different hazardous materials. In hospitals, the spill or release of hazardous materials should be reported to security so that other departments can assist. In non-hospital settings, on-site security or 911 should be notified. Code Pink is for infant abduction or missing child. If you receive a report of a missing or possibly abducted child, immediately lock down the area, locking or blocking all exits. Notify security where available and call 911 for police response. Do not allow anyone to leave or enter the facility until the child has been recovered and the all clear is announced. If anything suspicious occurs, such as a person demanding to leave or escaping with a large bag, please contact security immediately. Code Silver is for armed assailant. In any public facility, there is always a slight chance of an armed assailant incident. Based on the information provided by federal agencies and local jurisdictions, Adventist HealthCare has adopted guidelines for team members, patients, and visitors that include 3 key responses in descending order. Run and notify. If there is an accessible escape path, evacuate the premises. If possible, call 911 and notify on-site security. Figure out your escape route and evacuate regardless of whether others agree to follow. Leave behind any belongings that might slow you down and keep your hands visible. Help others escape and prevent individuals from entering an area where the active shooter may be. Do not attempt to move wounded people and be sure to follow the instructions of police officers. If evacuation is not possible, you should try to hide or barricade. Find a place to hide where the active shooter is less likely to find you. Your hiding place should be out of the shooter's view without completely trapping you. To prevent the shooter from entering your hiding place, lock the door and blockade it with heavy furniture. If the shooter is nearby, silence your personal devices, turn off any source of noise and lights, hide behind large items, and remain quiet. If evacuation and hiding out are not possible, remain calm, dial 911, and if you cannot speak, leave the line open and allow the dispatcher to listen. As a last resort, and only when your life is in imminent danger, attempt to fight or incapacitate the shooter by yelling, acting as aggressively as possible against them, throwing items, and improvising weapons, all while committing to your actions. Code Yellow is for patient surge or mass casualties. External events, such as a large accident or a virus outbreak, can create an internal emergency when an entity experiences a surge in patients seeking treatment. When the surge becomes an emergency, an incident command center will be established with leadership representation from each department, and every employee should understand his or her role in the emergency. A utility outage is the disruption or complete loss of the use of any essential facility function, such as electrical, HVAC, information technology, computer systems, water, phone, etc. All team members must report to their immediate supervisor for instructions on their duties and assignments in accordance with the entity's policies and procedures. Note, many patient care areas have a specific power or utility outage plan which is to be implemented. If you work in a direct patient care area, be familiar with that plan. The acronym CBRNE stands for chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, or explosive types of materials or weapons of mass destruction that can be hazardous if spilled, released, or used intentionally to harm others. Every one of these categories has a specific response plan. If your role requires you to have in-depth knowledge of the categories, you will receive specific training for each. Know your entity's plan. If you don't know where to find it, ask your supervisor for details because the time to learn is not during an incident. Natural disasters and severe weather are any dangerous meteorological phenomena with the potential to cause damage, serious social disruption, or loss of human life. It can result in emergencies such as utility outages, flooding, and water outages. We designate different levels of alert to severe weather. Watch is used when the risk of hazardous weather has increased, while warning is more severe and used when the weather is imminent. But what do you do in an earthquake? Thankfully, this area isn't prone to earthquakes. However, if you do find yourself in one, remember to drop, cover, and hold. You cannot outrun an earthquake. Stay in place until all shaking has ceased.